Subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell icon for the latest film interviews, features, and recommendations on the movies that matter.
Gentlemen, ladies, I had a really satisfying morning because I just watched each of the 5 20-minute films that you've all made. It's of course part of this anthology, Unpaused, for Amazon Prime Video. And I say satisfying morning because these are all hopeful stories, uplifting stories, stories of survival, which is exactly what we need, perhaps at a time like this. But I'm really wondering, were any of you ever tempted to tell a story that isn't feel good, that isn't life affirming? These are stories that are set during the pandemic and during lockdown, and a lot of people have gone through irreparable loss and suffering, of course. And I'm just wondering if any of you flirted with the idea of addressing that. Now, I know that Avinash's story is about a migrant's dilemma, and even Raj and DK, your film sort of imagines a world where 12 years on a vaccine hasn't been found, and there are new viruses, but that's of course in the space of comedy. And Avinash, your film is ultimately about survival. Was no one tempted to tell a story, to just tell a dark story about loss?
I think that's the first thought that we got. Like, that's the first thought in most of our heads, is that's what you're seeing. There was nothing great fun about it, or like, uplifting about it.
Right.
So, but we were talked into, like, in a good way, made sense. Sure. That please make them hopeful. Don't make them dreary and sad.
Yeah,
and,
I think in this
the
time
brief
of
itself, the brief itself, like, I think the brief that Aparna gave everybody, including us, I'm assuming, is the idea is new beginnings. That was the brief. So it's stories of hope in a sad period in history. I think that was the basic brief. Yeah.
So yeah, we had to brush aside all the more gritty stories that were staring at our faces, and it was tough to get away from them. So then it took a while for us to get over it, and said, what, let me just look at it like a filmmaking experience, and figure out a story that is apt to say in this definition.
I think that's why when you pick such a depressing world, I think you pretty much have to tell a happy story, otherwise it'll get too depressing.
With some hope.
Rajiv, how many interviews have you done over the years where you interviewed a filmmaker and you told a filmmaker that do what you want? And most filmmakers will say, yeah, I want to make a really dark film. I want to tell a really dark story. I want to be real. I want to be gritty. And this is my opportunity to be real and gritty. I don't have to bother about box office, and I don't have to bother about audience, and so all of us, when we were told short film, and you can do what you want, and you just have to tell the story, and you can work with whichever actors you want, we all turned and said, great, real picture, real story banate. Everybody, all of us. I think that therefore the toughest part of this entire process was Aparna Purohit of Amazon Prime, where she had to literally, first of all, make sure that there was a thread binding all of us together. Because all of it's not that we all called each other up and said, what are you making? Tu kya bana raha? Main aise bana raha hu. It was not that. We actually have seen I have seen what Nitya, I've seen what everybody has made about a week ago when they showed us the trailer. Right?
Yeah. You're the only one that's watched all our films.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We haven't seen
I have to say they were really lovely. They were uplifting and they were hopeful. And really, I do feel it's right for the times. But I was curious because I know, also looking at all of you, and I know that y'all aren't all the rom-com guys. I mean, y'all aren't so that's why that question.
Only Avinash is rom-com. He only makes rom-coms.
At the beginning of the pandemic, there was this feeling, and correct me if I'm wrong, of, okay, this is a forced pause. Let's just take a break. We could do with this break. And I know I spoke to many of you, at that time. And then when one realized that it wasn't a short break, it quickly became about, when can we go back to set? We're really itching to go back to work. And I know that you all have said that. It really was a privilege to go back, I would imagine, to go back to work and to go back to set at a time when a big part of the world was in lockdown, and a lot of us were just not able to do what we do. What I want to ask you is, how did that privilege inform your filmmaking? This film that you made, how did that privilege kind of inform this?
Raj will start.
What? I didn't get the question.
I mean, knowing that this was a privilege, that at a time when the world is going through such churning, you have this privilege to go out and do what you do. You have this privilege to tell a story which the world will watch. How does that reflect in the story that you choose to tell, or the approach that you take to tell the story?
See, even if this wasn't there, I'm sure in a week or in a month from then, when this happened, we would have figured a way to tell a story. Is what I felt the way things were. Like, as filmmakers, you can lock us down, but you can't stop us from making films. I'm sure we would have done a FaceTime short film or a Zoom short film or any of that.
Yeah.
Basically, with anything we've had, we were already trying it. I was already trying it, thinking, what all can I do? So what if 3 of us just go and... We even contemplated shooting it ourselves, like before this came, saying like, you, me, we've done it before. We're going to shoot two crew only, you, me and DK, get an actor and shoot it. So we were contemplating all kinds of ideas, and this just formalized it a little better. And so, yeah.
And there were a lot of scares also. That was the biggest thing, right? One thing that keeps coming back to you is like, okay, you're fine today, and suddenly, you could find out tomorrow that somebody you've been interacting with has tested positive, and it keeps happening every couple of weeks as a reminder that don't relax too much, right? So in our case, like the 2 days before we were supposed to go on floor, like our editor and a couple of others actually in our office, three people tested positive. And we both realized that we have spent a lot of time with them in the last couple of days. And we were sitting in a room and discussing edits and stuff on the Family Man. And so we were not even sure now what to do. Are we supposed to continue and go ahead and shoot this short film or not? But there was, all of us wanted to do it though, because everything was set and the actors were spoken to, everybody was ready to shoot. So the first day of the shoot, we didn't even enter the set actually, because we'd gotten tested the day before the shoot. But on the day of the shoot, we didn't know yet what the situation was, our situation. So we actually had a tent outside the set in the open area, and we were sitting there looking at the monitors, using walkie-talkies to tell the other people, the actors and the AD who were inside the set, and we were directing like that on the first day. Then the results came around 4:00 in the afternoon, and they came negative. Only then we actually decided that, okay, now we can go into a room with other people. And so it's a little stressful, so to say the least.
Rajiv, what you're saying, privilege or no privilege, it was very exciting to go back on set. 100%, very exciting. But I think, I don't know if the rest feel the same way, but I think filmmakers are quite alike in that sense, is that once you're on set, like literally once that first shot with all the precautions happened, like COVID left my brain. I was like, oh God, shot lena hai, film banani hai. It just went back to that. Yes, there were precautions. There were people irritating, trying to talk to actors with masks. They can't understand what you're saying. It's raining. It's all those. You got to shoot the film in 3 days, but it's your filmmaker brain. It takes over. You got to get the film in the can, and you got to do it well. Because you don't get disclaimers saying, we shot it only in 3 days. We had small. There are no disclaimers. Correct. So yeah.
I was hoping for a disclaimer, Nithya. I was going to ask Amazon, you better put up there that I've shot it like this.
This was made under extraordinary circumstances.
Yeah. I was like, Aparna, are you going to say that there were 10 people? Are you going to say it that there were 10 people? And that is why but we don't get those.
Tanishta, Avinash?
So I think, there has been, I know that, most other filmmakers here, you've already shot with big crews and all. I've only made one film, and I made that film in minimum crew because I was also shooting in Europe, and they work under, they work with limited number of people. And I've done a lot of indie films where we've worked in minimum crew. So for me, actually, that was not a limiting condition at all. In fact, it's always liberating that you have less number of people on set, so you can think better. But yes, the disclaimer that you have to wear masks and shields and maintain social distancing, and for 14 hours, you're not able to breathe, you're a little scared. Like on the first day, everybody in the crew came out of their comfort zones after 5.5 months. Everyone was scared. It took a little while, like exactly how Nitya said, that after the first few shots, then people started getting into the groove and, forgetting that, oh, there is a COVID scare as well. I mean, in spite of the fact that we had 2 tests done, on all the people who were a part of the crew, and that was only 20 people and 5 people on set. But still, it was there in the back of your mind that what if, the results were not right, or, you caught it after the test was done, and, all kinds of things. So I think the crew numbers was not a limiting factor, at least on the set that I worked. But, other things, it's just that the fear, the fact that, an actor has to eat in the scene, and she feels, should she touch or not, can a microwave be got in front of her so that the plate goes in and she sees, just those kind of things. And I mean, at that point of time, they were really valid. I think they're still valid. But so I think the limitations is more about fear, like Nitya was saying, that COVID is also a lot of that it's the fear that and as artists, as actors, as creators, we just need to flow, need to feel free, and that's something that I think took a little while for us to get there.
Nikhil?
So for me, it was like shooting a diploma film. Yeah, means I just like it just took me back to my film school days, and like I worked with friends and all. तो मुझे सिर्फ लग रहा था कि यार मुझे अकेले को सिर्फ लग रहा है कि जाके फिल्म बनाऊं, and rest of the people like I didn't know how scared they were and all, but similar kind of response I got from them, and you know and एक बार जैसे नित्या ने कहा कि मतलब once you are there, once that camera is there, actors are there, you just like forget everything. तो वो था, मास्क पहन के डायरेक्ट करना बहुत और शूट करना काफी वियर्ड था, but yeah, you have to adapt.
I wanted to just, I mean, I have had a very good experience with this 10 people crew or whatever, right? In the sense that I want 10 people around me most of the time. I don't want these big crews that we end up shooting with. And मतलब उसका gym trainer भी है, उसका nutritionist भी है. Baby को अभी ये दे दो, अरे it's 4 o'clock. She has to eat this at this one, but this kale and this quinoa has to be given to her at 4 o'clock. And I don't want all that, right? I just want, so it was great when I spoke with Richa and told her, listen, this is what I want to do. This is the story. This is what I want to do. And listen, and it's only going to be, you can't have makeup person on the set. You have to do your own makeup.
You can't get quinoa.
And you can't get quinoa. And she said, of course, I want to do this. And, so I was very lucky, and I want to take this further, Rajiv. Right now, I was telling all these guys, I want to take this now. I'm telling all the other directors who are working with us in MA, just basically when they say, no, but sir, I need this. I said, why? I did it with 10 people. You don't need. Right. You can do it. You can do it. It can happen, And exactly what Tanishta said, when you shoot abroad, I mean, the sparks, there are 3 or 4 guys. They're doing everything, by removing the HMI, putting up the helium balloons, doing everything. Oh, here we want 2 guys for HMI, 3 guys for this, 4 guys, because labor to hai yahan pe. So just suddenly you ballooned into a 250 people set. Yeah, it's nonsensical.
But what did what did you learn about perhaps which you already knew? I mean, about cast and crew, about actors and a crew, because really you were asking them to put their lives at risk and come to work every day. Was it passion? Was it the need to work? I mean, that they just came out and did this, like you were saying, Nitya. When you're on the set 10 minutes in and you forget that it's COVID and you're just what drives you is the filmmaker's brain. I mean, is that something you noticed, that love just for creating art or for doing that job that one loves so much just took over? Apart from yourselves, that it was infectious in that sense?
I think it is. I mean, my film has Ratna Pathak and Shardul. Shardul is a newcomer. For him, it was very different. He was like, I am desperate to work. Thank you so much. Get me on a flight. It doesn't matter. Whereas with Ratna, and now I knew that I always needed someone of that age. And, like everyone has been saying, which I don't really, I think COVID affects everybody. But I was worried, because I am asking, as a storyteller, I am requesting or asking somebody to take that risk with me, right? And I did speak to Ratna, and I said, listen, only if you're comfortable, because we are going to be in a rickshaw. and which is, I think, better for you, because I think, studios, maybe air conditioning, we don't know anything about this disease anyway. But I think the minute Ratna, she's like, okay, let me read the script. She read the script and she was like, and I remember very clearly, I told her, I said, Ratna, your character, and I remember saying, she's a strong woman. And she said, Nithya, wait, do we know any women that are not strong? And I was like, oh my God, will you please just do the film? We don't need to talk about the script. Let's just do this on. And we just got really excited. And I think it's for the love of film and being back on set. And yes, I was worried. I mean, tomorrow things panned out really well, but like, God forbid something would have happened. That's on us.
But did any of you have actors or crew that just said, you know what, we'll sit this out? I don't think we want to.
Rajiv, I think it's also a question of the timing, right? I mean, if this is something that we had spoken to them in April, say, let's do this in April. They have said, no, listen, right now, we don't know kya ho raha hai. My neighbor just got it, or 3 buildings down, somebody just got it, or whatever. The lockdown is supposed to end April. So let's wait till end April. And I think it was also a question of timing, that by the time we all got onto clause, I think Nithya was the first person to get onto clause, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Because, I remember getting a call from Amazon. Are you ready? Nithya to shoot kar rahi hai.
I think we were the last.
No, because I needed it to be. I needed the streets to be empty, you see. So I was like, I need lockdown.
I think we were the last. We got a call saying everybody's finished shooting their film. So when are you starting yours? I was like, oh.
And DK, I used to get a call saying, DK, they are in post. What are you doing?
Okay, so they pulled that on all of us, is it?
We should have called each other.
It's just a question of timing. I think that by the time that, to take from where Nithya left off, actors are really, whether Shardul, whether Ishwak. I call him Ishwak. He was in Delhi. He had done Patal Lok. I wanted to work with him in Patal. After I wanted to work with this guy who's done Patal Lok. Superb. I mean, Jaideep Alawat is there. He's so good in it, right? And I called him and I said that, he said, sir, I'm in Delhi. Oh shit, that means you have to fly down. That means you have to talk to Aparna. Will he be able to fly down this, that, all those things came into play, right? And that's the only thing, because by the time we were ready to shoot, I think industry at large was thinking, who's going to take that first plunge?
Yeah.
Who's going to jump in it?
And we're talking also about like us who are here, probably more privileged than others, but there's a whole crew that has not been to set, like, and that they're your daily wage crew members. And I think for them, they were like, COVID, no COVID, we need to get going with our lives.
It's the job,
and they reveled in it, by the way, because when we told them, no, आप only तीन लोग अंदर जा सकते हैं, बाकी के 3 बाहर रहेंगे, shifts में करना पड़ेगा, ये करना पड़ेगा, ये से अच्छा, but they were just enjoying themselves, whether it was the setting crew, whether it was the lighting crew, whether, they just wanted to be there, because they are used to every single day working. We still work maybe 100 days in a year, or and then we are we are writing, or we are doing post, or whatever. They are working every single day. Yeah. So they loved it. But masks and all were coming off, and then everybody say, "Hey, mask pehno," and all that was happening.
Well, I had a different story, because it was not a story that I wrote. It actually, I was offered the story that, okay, this is the story. Would you want to do it? And even before reading, I asked, is there a child or a senior citizen? And I was told yes. I'm like, listen, what are you thinking? No, let's make a young love story because, at least you, but then we had discussions, and once I read the story, I felt connected. And then I really thought that it would be a mammoth task and a struggle to find someone of quality who would agree to come on set and do this at this point of time, who's 65. And but it was amazing. Lilith was such a sport. Like she was actually working even before she came on set for our film. She was doing some dubbing work of some of the stuff that she's done before, and she had such a busy schedule. I was like, wow, Lilith, you're such a rock star. And I mean, Rinku was absolutely fine. But I mean, I thought that Lilith is going to be like really scared on set, and she's just, but she was I mean, once the tests were done and she was on set, she was absolutely fine. She was completely fearless. And I think that sort of helped everyone around also to be like, to be protective of her and of course everybody else and follow all the rules, but feel a little relieved and relaxed. Like, especially when you have an actor on set who's 65 plus and yet, just willing to, take the risk and say that, hey, let's just do this. Like, dekhi jayegi kya hoga. She was so much the story that, हमको ये कहा जाता है कि ये मत करो, ये मत करो, ये करो. Come on, yeah, live. Let's just live.
Right, right. Avinash?
Yeah, I guess मुझे लगता है कि तकलीफों से ज्यादा तो मुझे तो मजा ही आया ज्यादा शूट करते वक्त, because like we were shooting in Dombivli and like on a normal traffic day it would take at least 3 hours to like travel over there, so because of the pandemic, like of course एक घंटे में हम लोग घर पे वापस आ जाते थे and we could finish the shoot in 3 days, otherwise क्योंकि location हमको इतना दूर मिला. But apart from that, I guess yeah, I mean everyone really enjoyed, like as like निखिल सर was saying कि मतलब उन लोगों के लिए तो बहुत ही ज्यादा एक्साइटिंग था जो मतलब लाइक एवरी डे मतलब जो सारे मतलब स्पॉट बॉयज है और मेकअप आर्टिस्ट है और लाइट गाइज है, तो yeah, they were really happy and yeah, it went well.
I noticed that most of you use this opportunity to work with actors that you haven't worked with before, and it's really such a gorgeous cast. They're incredible. It's hard to imagine anyone else playing those parts. Was that deliberate, sort of recognizing an opportunity now to like you said, Nikhil, someone that you've liked? Let me see if I can do this with him. I mean, was this that opportunity as well? Doing it in this format where you're not there is no pressure of casting a certain kind of actor for specific roles.
Yeah, totally. So absolutely, Rajiv, because for me, I think that the most important person for me on that set was actually my DOP, right, Kaushal, because I knew very well that 3 days, minimum crew, he's not going to have time to light up or so. And Kaushal being from LA and this young DOP and constantly wanted to push the envelope, said, I don't need to use lights. I said, no, please use lights. It's not that you don't have to use lights. You have to use lights. No, I don't need to use lights. It's okay. They will be in silhouette. I said, no, it cannot be in silhouette. Aparna said it has to be a hopeful film. It has to be happy. It cannot be having. So it used to go into those kinds. So he was the only person that I really wanted him to say yes. So when I called him up and told him this is what it is, these are the parameters, this is how we're shooting. Yeah, okay. I just need somebody to pull focus. Actually, I can also pull focus. I said, no, we'll get somebody to pull focus. God knows I don't want the film to look without out focus. But Richa was like, I think because Richa and I, we've been, I mean, she reposts and retweets a lot of the stuff that I do, and I repost and retweet a lot of the stuff that she does. So we got along. We started talking to each other, when this whole nonsense was happening earlier of the year. And then, so when the opportunity came, I said, hey, Richa, I want to do this. She said, yeah, I'm in Indore. I'll have to come. I'll have to quarantine for 14 days. But after that, we'll do it. So that my schedule only shifted because she had to come back from home. Otherwise she said, yeah, lovely, let's do this, and then she got into research about how whatever the role that she's playing and all that kind of stuff. So the best part of doing a shot actually, Rajiv, is that it sets you free. What as a filmmaker, as a creative person, you don't have to suddenly bother about return of revenue, return of investment. You don't have to bother about kaun kya bolne wala hai, all that kind of stuff. You can just concentrate on the storytelling, which is lovely, which is a lovely part of being a lovely aspect of being part of this whole anthology.
Yeah. I mean, it was just so great to see actors like Gulshan, like Saimi, like Geetika Vidyaulyan, who's just, I mean, she's so amazing in that film. I mean, just to see them being used in ways that they're not usually used. I mean, Ratna and Shardul is just such a discovery. Rinku, who, one has seen, and still she's just so lovely, and pairing her with Lilith in that way. I mean, did you all sort of, was this an opportunity? Because you haven't, right? I mean, Raj, DK, you haven't worked with either Gulshan or Saimi before.
For us, it's because of the series we've been doing and the couple of other series that we're on in the middle of it. The liberation has happened a couple of years ago, where what Nikhil's talking about, that has happened, where we started picking the people we wanted to work with completely. no problems, no pairing, no packaging, all the frills gone. So that's been happening happily. So it's more about just wanting to work with different people. So each time a new series or a project or something is starting, we're all going back to our wish list, saying like, hey, Gulshan, fuck, I've never worked with Gulshan. We wanted last time also, it didn't work out. Called Gulshan up, done. So it was that. It was really more about just picking for it. Oh, for this character, he'd do great. Have one phone call, you get the guy. He also connects with the character, and you're like, done. Let's do it. So it's more of that. We didn't even have to do any rehearsals, nothing. It's just that once you know you're both on the same page in a couple of lines, you're good. So it was more fun about the flexibility and the freedom of choice is amazing. I mean, we've been in that. Yeah, Nikhil.
Suddenly we all felt what Karan Johar feels every day when he goes out for dinner with Ranveer and Deepika.
Chalo yaar,
let's do this.
Kar lete hai.
You know better.
No, but yeah, I would agree with Raj. I think that the OTT platforms have enabled us, definitely, with the series especially, to be able to cast, role appropriate people, cast members. I mean, for me, Shardul, I watched Iba Levu and I was like, oh my God, who's this person? Like, he is wonderful. And literally, I think a month later or something, Aparna called for this short. And I was like, oh God, I just saw this guy and I'm sure if I call him and if he agrees, then I can immediately cast him. So that was lovely.
You know, I have to ask all of you in the end before we go, which is your favorite of the 5 films? Are you allowed to tell?
Well, I don't think anybody can answer the question because nobody's seen anybody else's film.
We are meeting each other. We're meeting each other for the first time today.
So we can ask you that question, Rajiv. Actually.
I'm not getting into that, but I am honestly going to say I really enjoyed all the films. I thought each of them brought a very special energy, I really feel that they're very, very hopeful and very uplifting, and I think that they're just right for the time. So thank you for a lovely film. Thank you for opening your hearts and for really allowing us a sense of how you made these films in these sort of challenging times. But looking forward to what you do next. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.